Hi everyone, my name is Chimo Gil, and today I'm going to talk about the heroin epidemic in the US. First, three important facts are that thanks to MB News, we find out that 1 million people reported to be affected last year. Secondly, 80,000 people visited emergency departments. And finally, 70,000 people died across the US during last year. After a conversation with a friend, we found out that we had a common point where we saw a guy shooting up heroin through his veins in a party, and we didn't know how to respond to that, so we just decided to research some information about how to avoid these kind of situations, and also to be able to help people stop their addiction to heroin. Although we don't know, we have friends and family members that are affected by drugs directly or indirectly. Variety in ages is growing up dangerously fast. Thus, it is important to be well informed to be able to advise others. After having introduced the topic, what is heroin and how is it used and harmful? According to the National Institute on Drug Abuse, heroin is described as an illegal, highly addictive drug processed from morphine. What is morphine? It is a naturally occurring substance extracted from the seed pod of certain varieties of poppy plants. It is also described as a white powder with bitter taste, and it is originating from South America. In WebMD, we find some of the following consequences. First, hepatitis, AIDS, and behaviors related to crime, violence, etc. are all of them a very bad impact on the US society. Also, the addiction is the most common of the consequences of using drugs, and we all know that when an addicted person is sober, the first thing that he's looking for is the main drug. In vital signs, we discovered the following effects: short term and long term. As for the short term, a pleasurable sensation called rush causes warm skin, dry mouth, and heavy feeling with the extremities. As for the long term, the deterioration of the brain and its functions is the most important. For instance, the brain has late responses with physical feelings and mental emotions. So if I hit you in the face right now, you would respond to it like 5 minutes later. 5 seconds later, sorry. Now that we know what heroin is and how is it used and harmful, I will share some statistics. First, heroin epidemic in the US is greater than ever before nowadays. According to the National Survey on Drug Use and Health, the number of users is increasing consistently. Thirdly, nearly all users of heroin use at least one other drug, which could be cocaine, which is also very addictive. And finally, deaths related to heroin have increased by almost 400% between 2010 and 2017. Isn't that dramatic? In conclusion, the number of heroin users has increased across the US, and what can we do to avoid this? To stop these high numbers, the first thing that we need to do is to be well informed, so that we are able to advise others, and making sure that addicted people have an easy access to receiving treatment from experts. Anyone has any question? Yes, please.
Yeah, so how do the deaths caused by heroin compare to other causes of deaths in the US today?
So, in the website Today's Heroin Epidemic, we find out that with exactly 70,237 people dead from drug overdoses in 2017, the drug overdose deaths are higher than deaths from HIV, car crashes, and even gun violence altogether. That's very dramatic from my point of view. Don't you think so?
Mm-hmm.
So, again, if any of you know any case of heroin addiction, please make sure that a good treatment is received, and if we take care of each other, everything will get better. Thank you for your time.